Hey, let's recap Legend of Korra, Book 4, Chapter 11, called Kuvira's Gambit. This episode is in Republic City and it is under attack. The first thing we see of this episode, really, is Kuvira making a speech. She says Republic City is land in the United Republic, but was taken by Avatar Aang and Fire Lord Zuko when they created the United Republic of Nations. And she's like, it's originally Earth Kingdom territory, and in order for us to unite the entire Earth Empire, we need that land back. If you could see on her map, there's a little portion of dark gray, and that's what the United Republic is, and she wants it. The Beifongs return to Republic City and tell everybody that Kuvira is coming thanks to Zhu Li's information. And so Wu has started his evacuation, however it is at this point voluntary, and they got like 18 families. So now that the city is under imminent threat, the evacuation is now mandatory. And so the evacuation starts, and Mako gets on the air, and he's like, "Citizens of Republic City, we need to evacuate. Please turn to your manuals, and you'll find the detailed instructions for your evacuation." And he's like, "I'm giving clear instructions. Why is this causing a panic?" "Because, Mako, you're giving instructions on evacuation. That's panicky." And so Wu's like, "Hey guys, I know you're scared, but don't worry, we're gonna take good care of you. Just let's all band together and save our city and get out safely." And it's actually a very compelling speech. It was more eloquent than what I said, but Wu was actually pretty good at getting people to rally together. And in this little montage, we saw the hobo, and we saw Tano and the wolf bats from season 1. And so we know that the series is ending when we're bringing these guys back that we haven't seen in 3 seasons. Everything's coming to a close. We even see General Iroh, because as the people are being evacuated, Raiko has relocated his headquarters to Air Temple Island, where he's being watched by Lin and Tenzin, and then Team Avatar comes up and there's like, "Hey, we got a plan. I know we're cutting off the rail lines to try to keep Kuvira's weapon from getting here, but we have to take initiative action." So they have the United Forces in General Iroh all coming in to back Republic City, but we still have the weapon, like the huge spirit power that's like a bomb. We need to take it out. And so Tenzin's originally hesitant because that's a risk that he doesn't want to take because, again, he's being protective of Korra, but Korra is saying, "No, I need to do this. This is how we're going to save our city." And this is a mentality that everybody is having, like Sue and her 2 twins are like, "Hey, we're going to come with you and do whatever we can." And the air babies in Pema are like, "We're going to stay in Republic City, we're not going to evacuate." And so the airbenders are perched as lookouts and for, air assistant whenever needed. Pema's helping with the evacuation, everybody's rallying together. So we know that, the finale's coming when everybody's in their place and everybody's got a job. So in the midst of all this confusion, Zhu Li and Varric are reunited. Bolin's like, "Hey, isn't there something you want to say?" She apologizes. She tells him that from the beginning she was out to protect him and that she cares about him so much. And of course, Varric, being the comedic central that he is, cannot show real emotion, and so he says, "Oh, you're a good assistant. All is forgiven. Get back to work." But then she slaps him and says, "No, you treat me with some respect, Varric." And Bolin's like, you idiot. But, it was a great comedic central, because that's what they've been throughout this entire Kuvira chaos. So Team Avatar takes their job to go fly to Kuvira's weapon to try to take it out. Unfortunately, they are not taking the rail lines as expected, because it's being transported by a gigantic 25-story mecha monster. And, Bolin, did you know this was coming? No! Did I forget to mention that? Of course I didn't know it was coming! Team Avatar is on the bison, and they actually spiral downwards as Kuvira shoots the spirit weapon, which is on its arm, and she's actually controlling it from the inside. It's just the hugest egotistical thing she could have done, is being herself the weapon. And so she says, "Don't worry, let them tell Republic City we're on our way. Nothing can stop us. Mwahahaha." So she's just becoming a villain who was originally about equality and uniting, and now she's just about power and taking over more territory. Originally, she and Baatar were like, "Oh, we're so in love, I can't just wait to conquer Republic City so we can get married and rule our empire." But, as we will find out later in this episode, she may not be as sincere as she said. Yeah, so this whole thing is made of metal. So if you're wondering what happened to those domes in Zaofu, now you know. Korra warns everybody that Kuvira is coming and she is a week early. And actually, she took out already all of the watches on United Republic territory. Like, the people in that compound were just completely annihilated. Like, it went up in flames. They're dead. No survivors. And that's exactly what she did to Iroh's battleships. Yes, she sunk their battleships when she came to the front lines. which is where Iroh is stationed. Korra goes there to assist, and you can see the moment before battle, like when they're both on opposite lines, it's terrifying. The sweat is coming down everybody's faces. And then Raiko says, okay, we surrender. But do not worry, Korra has a plan, because she says the key here is taking down that weapon, because that is the real threat that is keeping us from fighting back. And so she says, Baatar Jr. built it, he's going to know how to defeat it, so we have to capture him. So the elite team of swift airbenders goes in, captures Baatar, stuffs him in a potato sack, and then brings him for questioning. This elite team includes Tenzin, Bumi, Kai, and Jinora. And yes, Kai is back. Hello, where have you been? Well, you're just standing there looking good, keeping watch. Good job, Kai. So at first, Korra, threatening him in the Avatar state, really powerful, but of course he knows an empty threat. But then Sue tries to talk to him, to no avail, of course, because everything that she's saying, he has thrown away a long time ago. His obligation to his family is non-existent since he's been with Kuvira. And so Korra, being the mature Avatar that she is, tries a different approach. She decides to threaten what he cares about most. She goes for his heart, and that is a strategy that we learned from Azula. I mean, it's not a great example saying that it's a great strategy from a villain, but it's a really great strategy, because if you remember in the Day of the Eclipse, the way that she got everybody distracted and the way she took that skilled team down, came to get to the Fire Lord, was to take down Sokka, who was the head person, he was the smart guy, who was the planner, which is kind of like Baatar, and she went for his heart. She was like, oh, Suki is my prisoner, mwahaha, I tortured her, mock, 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 and then boom, the whole thing collapsed. So Korra takes the same approach. She goes after the thing that he loves most, which is Kuvira, and says, you will never see her again unless you get her to back down. So in between the time where Baatar is captured, the time that Kuvira figures out that he's captured, is pretty comedic, because Raiko and Lin are like, hey, what's the holdup? Where's Baatar? I'm ready to sign this agreement. Where is he? And Archer like, we don't know what to do. He gets on the radio and says, Kuvira, give up Republic City, give up the United Republic, let's just have our Earth Empire and get married, it's not worth it. Now Kuvira acts like, oh yes, no, it's not worth it, we'll back off. But then she tells the guy to find out where the signal is coming from when she hears that the Avatar is where he is with the radio. So she knows that the signal is coming from where the Avatar is, and this is Kuvira's gambit. She's willing to sacrifice her love in order to take out the Avatar. So she aims her weapon, boom, blows up Asami's factory. And this is where the episode ends. It's where Korra says, oh my god, everybody run! So Lin goes to check for survivors. Hopefully there will be. Who are we kidding? We know they're all going to survive. But we still got the epic finale to look forward to. This is the end of Korra, the end of animated Avatar TV as we know it. So let's enjoy it.